Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually going to start off with this as like an update type thing. I plan on not making as many horsey videos. I will try, but I'm really not into the horse riding like I was. It's kind of grown off me and I'm just not completely into it, so not all my videos are gonna be horsey related. I may have videos where I just react to like my past videos or something, but I'm not gonna have like any vlogs or anything of horse stuff, because I just think it's time for a change and I plan on doing that. So this video is going to be kind of horsey. It's going to be a story time about how I broke my back and what happened throughout all the years, and then my surgery that happened last year. Okay, so this happened the first day of 6th grade was my first riding lesson back from the end of the year show in May, and I fell in love with this horse that the owner let me ride. Her name is Jazz. She was a 15-hand Cremello, a little speed demon, I should say. She was full of character. I loved her. She really brings out the best in people, but she's not there anymore. Her owner sold her after a few years of having her. But in this lesson, I actually almost fell off of her 3 times in this lesson. The last time I fell off, I actually did fall off. The other 2 times she spooked or took off, or she was that type of horse that if you weren't paying attention, she would just bolt and stuff like that and run you into fences and stuff like that. So that's what she would do. I would just be cantering and she would just get faster, and all of a sudden she'll just get really close to the fence and almost take your whole leg off. Like, that's who she was. She was not a very easy horse to ride, and I rode her at a very young age. Like, that's why now I just don't trust riding fast horses, only because I am truly traumatized, and now I absolutely don't like this horse at all, because she completely ruined my life. I never wanted this accident to happen. I clearly made a mistake, but it was also, she spooked for no apparent reason, like out of literally nowhere. There was nothing wrong ever. We were just cantering along in a nice circle, and then all of a sudden she goes one way and I go the other way, and I fell and I passed out, and I was completely out of breath. I could not breathe. I don't remember falling. I just remember my trainer over me saying, breathe, breathe, and I'm over here like, my back hurts. I can't breathe. That's the main reason why I was freaking out. I really didn't care about my back, really. I was just afraid that I just couldn't breathe, but I just got the air knocked out of me, because I landed in a very hard spot of the arena, which is mainly in the middle of the arena, which is where the harder sand is. There's not that much sand in the middle of the arena. So I fell in a very, and I didn't like roll or anything. I just like plopped on the ground. Like, it was very painful. I'm surprised I didn't break my arm, because I fell completely on my arm. My arm was bent and I fell completely on it. And I ended up getting back on her. I just trotted her. I didn't canter her anymore. I just trotted her and she was fine. I didn't jump her anymore after that. She was just a quick horse, and so after my lesson I went to the urgent care and I got some x-rays, and it showed that my back looked fine, whatever, blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, like a few weeks or months later, I started feeling some pain in my lower back, and I was like, whatever, blah blah blah. It was just probably from the fall. And I went to a doctor here, and he diagnosed me with scoliosis. And then later, he also diagnosed me with spondylolisthesis and spondylolisthesis. It's weird, I don't really know how to really say it. Which spondylolisthesis is a slippage of your vertebrae, which if this is your spine, my bone was like off center in my lower back, because we think that my vertebrae was holding on by a very thin layer of cartilage, and my disc was already torn at this point, so it didn't have enough support to hold my bone together, so my bone was just moving. And after that, I didn't fall off a horse till about 5 years after my surgery, and then I fell off a galloping horse, and I mean, I fell on grass, like short grass, and it really didn't hurt. I mean, I just like laid there for like however long, the horse sprinted back to the barn. But yes, that happened. So I got fitted for a back brace and stuff like that, and I tried physical therapy. That didn't help. I tried kinesio tape on my ribs, because he also found that a few of my ribs were just inflamed, like the cartilage around my ribs were just inflamed. So we tried kinesio tape around that, which did help. I still feel some rib pain to this day, but so I'm a senior in high school right now. So this accident happened 6 years ago, 7 this year in August, and I just got my surgery last year. So 6 years since my accident, I finally got surgery. They wanted to wait till I was in my 20s, but we went ahead and got approved for it just because I was still young and I heal faster. And I was already in so much damage in my back that it would have just been better if I had the surgery. So that happened. I had to cancel the first take of the surgery because my potassium was too low, and if your potassium's too low, you have a greater chance of dying on the hospital bed. So they wanted me to be safe, so I took potassium for a whole week, and I'm still on potassium because my potassium levels cannot get up. Which potassium helps run your heart and your blood and stuff like that. And then we went back a week later and I got the surgery done. Like, just so y'all know, the first time I went to go get my surgery, I was already like sedated, like ready to go into surgery. Like, I had the IVs and everything. So I was like super like high. So yeah, that happened. It really ticked me off because I was feeling calm, good, you know, pre-surgery, drugs. And so I went back and I had a 2-level spinal fusion. So my L4, L5, and S1 are fused together as one bone. I have 2 rods and 6 screws. That's 5. 6 screws. And I have a bone graft where my L4 vertebrae was, I think. Either L4 or L5. I cannot remember which one it is because they took it out. No, I lied. The bone graft is where my bone will fuse into, and it kind of acts as another disc to my bone above it. So that's what that is, if that makes sense. I don't really know if it does or not. So yeah, I got that done, and I couldn't ride for, so he first said 4 months. Okay, I was like, whatever, okay, I can do that. And then he came back and was like, it should be 6 months. And I was like, oh, okay, because I mean, I was still really wanted to ride back then. And So, I was like, whatever, and I was in the hospital for three days, I think, and I barely ate anything. I only had one friend visit me, and that was my best friend. One friend. She brought me food and a stuffed animal, which I have it up there. And I barely ate anything because I was sick and I had back drains and it was really gross. Like, I looked miserable. I had to use a walker. Now, I was not fond of that at all because whenever I see walkers, I think old people. Old people. That's what I think of whenever I see a walker and I have to use one. I'm like, oh my god, I'm old. But I get that it was for my back because you need your back for everything. It took me, I only used the walker for like 5 days because I was just done using it. I was like, no, I don't want to use this walker. And the hospital stay really did suck. I passed out after I got dressed out of the hospital gown, and I passed out and I stopped breathing and no one came to help. So my mom was trying to keep me alive and trying to wake me up until someone finally came, and it was so bad. And she works at this hospital. She worked at this hospital. The only people that showed me respect was my doctor and his PA and this one nurse that only took care of me for a day because he wasn't working the rest of the days I was there. Literally 3 people, and one guy, the physical therapist, was uncomfortable to treat me because I was so young. I was like, really? Like, you signed up for this and you're uncomfortable to treat someone? Like, I got asked all the time, like, you're too young to have the surgery. I'm like, well, I had an accident. It happened, so. But I'm completely over it. My mom complained and the boss of the unit talked to all the people and they were truthful with the boss, and I was like, oh my god, they should have just been fired. So yeah. Sorry, I look really bad right now. I have no makeup on. And so now I can ride. I walked in. So now I can ride. I'm allowed to ride. I took a few lessons, like, for about a month and a half or so on the same horse, my favorite horse at the barn that I ride at. He's super slow, super chill. But we had a few bad moments where he just kept spooking, and it wasn't like a light spook. It was like him completely overreacting. I mean, the first time he overreacted, I don't even know what he was looking at, but the second time, I was ticked off about the people that made him spook, because they tossed a blanket up in the horse's face and thinking that, oh, he won't spook. No, he freaking, like, jumped to the side like a animal, like a rabbit or something. Like, I was like, seriously, this horse is literally trying to kill me, or these people are just trying to kill me. Like, I just had back surgery. I don't need to fall off again and ruin everything. So I came to the conclusion that riding right now is damaging me emotionally and physically, because I'm in so much pain after I get off the horse that I just want to cry, and I do cry when I get home. I don't cry when I'm there. I act as happy as I can there, and I try not to complain too much when I'm there. So I went to see my doctor earlier because I was supposed to see him in June, but I was like, maybe I should just get my back checked just to make sure everything was okay. And it was. Everything was normal. I was just sore, and I think I just started back too soon. So I'm not taking lessons anymore. I'm not riding right now. I may try and ride again sometime. I don't know when, but we'll just have to see how it goes. And maybe I'll get the feel into riding again. I'm not really sure 100%. So that's where I am with my life. This is the story time that I wanted to share with y'all to see if I can make my YouTube channel more interesting. I will try and make some videos of me doing something. I don't really know yet, but yeah, I don't really have anything to say. But if y'all want me to do some more videos, just leave it down in the comments below. It can be anything really. Non-horsey stuff would be recommended, only because I'm not really at the barn anymore. So yeah, my video, my story time and updates, just like, comment, subscribe, do what y'all are usually doing. Comment video ideas down below. It could really be anything. I mean, I'm up for anything. And we'll just have to go from there. I don't really know what my plans are with this. And let's try and get more people to subscribe to my channel. That would really help me a lot. Tell your friends, whatever. That would really help me a lot. So let's do that, and see y'all in my next video.